What up? How y'all doing? What's up, everybody? Jordan Steen, aka Serial Entrepreneur here. Happy to have you all here on my live SMMA Q A session today. If you guys are new here and you're on the replay, go ahead and flash forward about 3 to 5 minutes. We like to do a little intro segment where basically I get to know people on my live calls a little bit. So if you guys are on my live call, do me a favor, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Also, write a little comment inside the chat box letting me know you're here, saying something like your name, your agency name, where you're from, how old you are, whatever. Any of that information is good. But what's up, everybody? And again, if you are watching the replay, you can go ahead and flash forward to the content where we actually go through everyone's questions and we answer questions that you guys have about starting an agency. And again, if you are new, we do this every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to join us again next week if you are wanting to take part in it again. But thank you all for showing up. I really appreciate it. Again, just leave your name or something in the chat box. That way I know a little bit about who you are. And so that way I can do a little bit of a roll call and say hello to you. Cosmic Truth, what's going on? Hussein, what's up? Jason, Janetta, Matthew, Gerald, Jimmy, what's going on, guys? It's going to be a good night. We're going to have some fun tonight. I'm pretty pumped. I got some, I'm super pumped because of some news that's very specific to obviously growing my own brand and my agency. So I'm super pumped about that. Anthony, what's going on, man? But basically, and I'm going to probably announce this a couple of times throughout because I want people to be able to see this opportunity and actually be able to get on that live call because we're going to be doing a giveaway as well. We're going to actually, I talked them into doing several giveaways. But if you guys are not familiar, you need to get familiar with a company called AppSumo. If you guys have heard of AppSumo before, do me a favor, either hit the thumbs up or write something in the comments saying, yeah, I've heard of them before, just so I can get an idea of how many of you guys actually know who that company is. But basically, AppSumo is a company that they're a marketplace, really, for other software platforms. So whether it's CRM or social media management or content or video or editing, all kinds of software, basically any type of software that you could possibly think of for your agency, you can pretty much find on their platform. And the greatest part is you get a massive discount. That's kind of the benefit of using AppSumo. So for example, just in the last 3 to 6 months, we've probably gotten rid of, I'd say 3 to 4, maybe 5 different softwares that we were paying monthly for, and we actually bought a lifetime deal, an LTD, through AppSumo. So it's a one-time payment, and usually the lifetime deals are like really extremely valuable. Like you'll buy 2 or 3 codes, and that's really all you need. And you spend $150 as one time, as opposed to spending $250 a month or $100 a month or $50 a month, right? So it's a really, really cool platform, and they reached out to me. They're looking to do influencer collaborations, and they really liked my content on YouTube. So they reached out, and we talked today, and we're actually going to put together a quick live segment. They're doing something, it's remote working. It's a live podcast that they run, and it talks about opportunities for people who are trying to work remotely or build an online business during this trying time. So it's really exciting for me. I'm super excited to be able to jump in with them and be able to host a call. I mean, they have an audience of over 700,000 people, which is incredible for my brand, because that means they're going to share this brand with all of those viewers, which I'm super excited about. So it means this family, this DMS 2.0 Done With You agency, serial entrepreneur family, is about to get a lot bigger after we host that event. So I'm really excited. And again, they're going to be giving away a ton of credits to you guys for free. So $100 credits, $200 credits. They might do one like really big prize for like $500. We haven't worked out all the details yet, but I did get to talk to them, and they were like, yeah, maybe we can do a $100 credit. And I was like, well, that's fine, but I will tell you, if you really want my audience to engage with the video, then we should do more than just one $100 credit, maybe a few $100 credits, or like a large prize for like $500. And they agreed to that. They said that would probably not be a problem at all. So I'm really excited. I'm like super excited. You guys have no idea. Like I was sitting on the call with their manager, the marketing manager for all of AppSumo, and I'm like, yeah, I've already shared this on Facebook and tagged you guys in it, so there's no going back now. She started laughing, but I was totally serious. I was like, you're not going back on this. Like you guys are hosting me on your on your podcast, so I'm really excited. Andre from North Carolina, new to the DMS 2.0 family. Well, welcome, man. Glad to have you. DigiStamp, what's up? Jarrell, what's up? I've given up on SMMA. I've had 0 meetings, 0 closes. Day by day, I'm getting nowhere, and it seems like all this stuff is all posh. Would like your feedback. Jordan, my biggest question is what types of training have you taken? Because usually people who, and I'm not saying you haven't done anything, but usually people who have that response have either taken like a Tai Lopez program, which is not going to get you anywhere, something on Udemy, which is even worse than the Tai Lopez program. Surprisingly, I didn't think that there was, but there are programs worse than Tai Lopez's. So that's what I want to know. You know, my feedback is typically to people who have that type of response is what type of training did you take? Because you probably didn't get the right training and that's why you're struggling. And if you don't believe me, go back a couple of days ago or last week really. I brought on one of my students who was struggling as well, took Tai Lopez's course, took some Udemy courses, and he will tell you himself after he found my brand and my training, everything turned around for him. Now he has 11 clients in a matter of a few months. Has 11 clients, is working on close to 15 now. Like he's getting new clients every single week, and he is super pumped to be able to say that he stuck with it and didn't give up on SMMA because it's not posh. It is definitely not posh. The issue is most people don't know the real way to make money with it, and they don't know the real way to entice clients to purchase their services. And then even if some of these people do get clients to purchase their services, they don't know how to actually perform the service that they just sold. So then they fail or they don't get the client a good result. And so that client leaves. So that's always, and again, this has nothing to do with my training because there's other trainings out there, but the biggest issue is most people don't purchase the right training or they're not willing to invest in training, which is what's really the most insane to me is that people wouldn't invest in some type of training to learn how to do this and they'd rather rely on free YouTube content, which again, YouTube is a great place to start, but it's not where you want to end up. If you really want to take this seriously, you have to buy a program, you have to get mentors, you have to learn from people who have done it because there is no real like formal, like you can't go to college and you can go to college for digital marketing now, but I've talked to people who've gone to major universities, UGA, Connecticut, and these people have not, they've taken a digital marketing program and they get out of there, then they go through my training. I've had people go through my training after doing that and say, Jordan, I went through college and didn't learn anywhere near as much as what you're teaching me now. Because it's still such a new subject. So when I say there's no formalized training, that's really what I mean. The best version of formalized training, in my opinion, is obviously going to be my program. But there's other great programs and other great teachers out there as well. Jimmy, but thank you. DMS 2.0 is packed with value. Don't sleep on it. Jarrell, I appreciate that, man. And that's what everybody says. Usually, and I won't say everybody. Let me be completely honest. I would say 95% of the students who join my program see the immense amount of value that's in the program. You'll always have that 5% of people who really what the truth is, that what it comes down to is they're lazy and they see that there's 100 videos in there or over 100 hours of video content, tons of documents, tons of quizzes, tons of templates, and they're too lazy to go through it because we provide the structure and we provide all the content. All you have to do is use it and utilize it to the best of your ability. And there's people who will pay $549, which is what my program costs, and not use it, which blows my mind. Like, why would you spend $549 just to look inside and say, oh, that's a lot of work, don't want to do that? Any business that you guys start, it doesn't matter if it's this, if it's drop shipping, if it's e-com, where you're not drop shipping, you're actually just running your own brand. And outside of digital marketing, if you try to go start your own, your own practice as a doctor, or you try to become a dentist, or you try to do photography, it doesn't matter what you freaking do. If you're trying to start a business, it is all hard, no matter what you're trying to do. And that's what people don't understand. They just want to come in and make quick money, and it's just not feasible. Arkham, what's going on when using Vendasta as a service for clients? Which price plan do we go with? What do you mean? Like, how much are you paying Vendasta? Usually, I'm pretty sure it's only like $250 to $300 a month. and you get access to their basic platform. And really all you're trying to, personally, what I recommend using Vendasta for is just their listing management service. I don't use their white labeling or any of that, just for listing management, so that way you can use it really to boost clients' local SEO score. I skipped a question too. How do you propose a commission-based job structurally? Anthony, here's the thing. I don't recommend, especially for people who are newer to this business, commission-based pay structures are not where you want to start. Not if you're brand new. Once you get your feet super wet, basically you're soaking wet from head to toe, then you can start to look into commission-based pay structures, because businesses, and especially if you get really good, businesses are a lot more likely to sign with you if you do a commission-based structure. But they only work really well in certain industries. We went over this in my mentorship program earlier this week. But the biggest issue is most people sell a product that isn't worth doing a commission-based structure for. So for example, one of my students in the mentorship program was asking me about an e-commerce store, and they sell shoes. And the shoes sell it for, the average cart is anywhere from $20 to $40 per customer. There's no money to be made in a commission-based structure when you're selling products at $20 to $40. Another example is I hired an email company to start, because we are trying to rapidly grow sales. So we hired this third-party email service that they will take our email list and cultivate sales from it. But they would only do it on our $2,000 product. They wouldn't do it on a $549 product. And the reason why, and they only work on commission. I didn't have to pay them anything other than a deposit. I was going to say a download, a deposit. And that deposit just makes sure that they can get your campaign built and up and running, because there's a lot of upfront work. But after that, they run it for months, and I don't have to pay them anything if they don't sell anything, right? So commission-based pay, but they only do it on my $2,000 product. The reason why is because it's not worth it a lot of the time to do this type of sales with something that's worth $20 to $50 or $100. There's no money to be made in it for either party. So I don't recommend doing commission-based sales. That's just straight up. If you have someone that's trying to make you do it, just tell them, look, that's just not how we work. Is the monthly mentorship separate from the DMS 2.0? Yes, the monthly mentorship is separate. We used to do monthly updates in DMS 2.0. As Corona hit, we kind of veered away from it a little bit, just because we scaled back internally for a little bit. We gave some people some breaks because we wanted to make sure that we maintained as a business, and that's just what was required, especially when you go from doing $60,000 to $100,000 in a month to 30. It's a big dip in revenue. So that's all okay, but we had to cut back. Anyways, we're coming back with DMS 2.0 monthly updates. That will be happening starting next month. So, but that's just one call in the month, and we basically do a Q&A session with everybody in there. But the monthly mentorship program is actually 4 to 5 meetings per week, depending on how many weeks there are in a month, or in the month that we're on. And basically what we do is we go live for 30 minutes, and it's a small group setting, and you guys are able to ask questions, and we go through trainings. So basically it alternates. 1 week it'll be a Q&A session, 1 week it'll be a training, and we kind of alternate back and forth. So if you want to get in that, Andre, you can find that at my website. It's only $10 a month, and if you ask Nate Tilley, it's probably the best investment he made, because that's why he was able to get to 11, then to 15 clients in a matter of like 2 months. A lot of that, he attributes a lot of that success to the mentorship program and to DMS 2.0. Using them both in combination is super, super helpful. Vendasta is crazy expensive. It's actually not crazy expensive if you're only using the mentorship. Go buy you a Sammy? Jamie, I love you. What do you mean a Sammy? Oh, wait. No, I don't know what you mean. I do need something to eat, though, here soon. I'm getting kind of hungry. Jarrell, Vendasta is actually not that expensive, considering you can pay $250 a month for their listing service, and you get up to 1,000 clients that you can then charge $250 a month to. See, the issue is most people go out and they buy it, and they don't have any clients to use it for. You need to actually kind of sell it before you buy it. Like, sell the listing management service, sell it for $250 a month to a business, or you can even do $150 a month, and you're still going to be great there. And you get two clients, and you're making $50 a month just off those 2 clients. But really, they're for SEO agencies that are really established. That's where Vendasta really comes in. There's other, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called. There's another website out there. There's tons of them out there that do it, but there's a website out there that does it, and you can buy, you can buy them in increments. So you can do like 30 listings, 50 listings, 100 listings. If I can remember what it is before the end of this call, I'll tell you, but it's similar to Vendasta, and really that's all you're using it for. Why can't I think of what it's called, though? It'll come to me. How many audits would you say I should be pumping out a day? Jarrell, it's not about how many audits you should be pumping out a day, because the audit is just a tool to help you get your foot in the door. It's about how many connections you're making a day. So really what I recommend is 30 to 50 businesses new every single day. So reaching out to 30 to 50 new businesses every single day, and 20 to 30 follow-ups every single day. So 30 to 50 new businesses, 20 to 30 follow-ups a day. Following that system alone, and I know it's a lot, but that's why you have to automate some things by using something like Lead Connect, or hiring a VA to manage a Facebook group, or go into Facebook groups and carry out those conversations. Looks like, let me see. Let's see if Andre's telling the truth. Yep, Andre Coleman just signed up. And if y'all don't believe me, it's sitting right here on my phone. I'm not gonna show. He ain't lying. We'll just say that. But welcome to the mentorship family, dude. Like, that's the thing, you guys. It's not Dash Clicks. God, I wish I could remember what it is. It's Citation Builder Pro. I couldn't think of the other word for listing. Citation. That's it. CitationBuilderPro.com, I believe. I believe it's .com, but you can use that site right there in lieu of Vendasta until you get to the point where you have several clients, and then I'd recommend switching them all over to Vendasta. And you should still, even though really with Citation Builder Pro you're doing a one-time payment, you should actually charge your client a monthly management fee, because anytime they need updates or anytime you want to buy new listings for them, then they get to just go ahead and get them, right? Because you've already been charging them for it. That should be a monthly service, though. I've spent money on some definitely BS courses. I know a lot about how to advertise effectively on Facebook, Google, YouTube, etc. I can get a website up in the rankings. I know what I'm doing, but no one's interested. I can cold call for hours and can email for days with no success. I wish I could blow 500 more on courses, but if everyone says the same thing, what am I supposed to do? I totally understand where you're coming from, Jordan. So then what I would say your issue is not the fact that you don't understand digital marketing, but something's wrong with your sales approach. And it sounds to me like something's wrong with your cold outreach. So that's where you're going to need some type of mentorship or training or help. I'd recommend, man, if you haven't, again, I would check out my mentorship program then. If you don't have the $500 to spend, go spend $10, or let's say $20 to $30, so that way you can stay in for a couple months or a few months. And I would say jump in on one of those live calls, and you and I can discuss and try to figure out where that issue is happening. Do you think Zapier is the right software to start out with, or just go straight to using Go High Level? Zapier is a integration tool. All it does is it takes two different apps that don't have an integration and allows them to communicate together. So Zapier is not a platform that you're going to use like Go High Level. Go High Level is, which that platform is amazing, honestly, with everything that they're doing with it, all of the different tools now. It's a CRM, it's a website builder, it's a landing page builder, it's a appointment scheduler. You can host a training platform on it now. Like, there's so much you can do with Go High Level, even from when I started using it like 6 months ago. So again, just to make it simple, go with Go High Level. What are the best outreach methods? I like to do, as far as cold outreach, I like automating that process. And so my buddy Rob Quinn actually showed me a few of his methods that he was using. So basically using Lead Connect, L-E-A-D, leadconnect.com, I believe, to do automated LinkedIn outreach, and then creating a process and hiring a VA to do Facebook group outreach. So you go into niche specific groups. So for example, Roofers of America, right? That could be a Facebook group with thousands of members who are engaging every single day. You essentially just post something interesting or funny or relevant to roofers. You start conversation, you get information about their business, then you go to setting a call. That's easily become one of my favorite methods outside of networking. Networking is my number one favorite by far, just because I prefer to talk to people, and those relationships, if you do it right, usually end up super lucrative for everybody. And again, Nate Tilley would tell you that has been the biggest changer for him, just speaking to people and staying connected with people about his business and what he's got going on and looking for opportunities. It's one of the best ways to find some easy business. Opticians? Is that like somebody who does like eyes? I'm not even sure what an optician is. Let me look it up. Hey, I was right. Glasses. And I've heard of it called an optometrist. I didn't know optician was a word. Glass doctors. I mean, that's the thing, guys. Here's what I would do. 6-path AMVs. Go to my channel after this live call and look up a video called 3-Step Marketing. And we talked about this in my mentorship group earlier this week too, but really what people have to understand is I would say 75% to 80% of local based businesses, right? Businesses that are local to your immediate area use the 3-step marketing system. Every single time that system will work. Everybody always asks, well, how do I market for this company? How do I market for this company? How do I do this? Seriously, guys, 75 to 80% of businesses will use that exact that exact method to market their business. And it's effective if you do it the right way. So go look up my video, 3-Step Marketing. I promise you guys it's going to help you a lot. If you're wondering how to market for your business, it doesn't make sense, look up 3-Step Marketing. I guarantee you will thank me later. Also, guys, do me a quick favor. Hit that thumbs up button if I've ever provided any value to you at all whatsoever. If you're on mobile, you got to close down the little chat really quick. Hit the thumbs up button, and then you can bring the chat right back up. But please, that helps the performance of the video and helps other marketers just like yourself get access to this amazing content. Any updates on AppSumo? Yes. So, for those of you who didn't hear in the very beginning, AppSumo, have you guys heard of AppSumo before? If so, do me a favor, just say yes or no in the comments or in the chat really quick. I'd like to see how many of you actually have heard of AppSumo before. But they actually reached out to me earlier this week, and we set up a quick meeting for today, and we talked, and they want to do a collaboration with me. They really liked my content and what I provide to you all. And so they asked me to come on their channel, and they want me to do an interview and a training on AppSumo's channels. They have an audience of about 700,000 people. AppSumo is also amazing because of the fact that they offer all of the software so I'll put it to you like this, guys. We've probably saved, I would say, close to $1,000 to $1,500 per month by switching from apps and services and software that I was already using to lifetime deals over here using AppSumo. AppSumo, basically what they do is they go and work with software providers or app providers. And what they do is say, hey, you guys sell us so many enrollments or packages for your software program at a discounted rate. We're going to resell them to audiences who might buy them because they have a large audience of entrepreneurs, marketers, engineers, stuff like that. We're going to sell those apps to them at that discounted rate, but we also want some things like lifetime deals. So for example, with our CRM we were using HubSpot. It was costing us a few $100s per month, right? Actually about $500 per month. We went from that to switching over to Go High Level because of, it's a long story, but we got to Go High Level because of using AppSumo. Another software called Passcamp. If you guys haven't heard of Passcamp, it's like LastPass. A lot of you are probably familiar with LastPass. We got a lifetime deal on Passcamp. We can put up to 30 users in Passcamp, and it does the exact same thing as LastPass does, but we don't have to pay a monthly subscription anymore. So now we're saving a couple $100 per month. What else did we buy? Find That Lead is another one where we were using a service already and it cost a couple $100 a month. Now we have one for free. So that's the thing. You guys have to check out AppSumo if you haven't already. It's going to save you a ton of money. But anyways, they asked me to join them on the live interview, so I'm super excited to be able to do that. And they're going to be doing a ton of giveaways for you guys. They've already told me they're going to do several $100 worth of giveaways to their for app credits. So basically, you can use those credits to buy any software within their platform. So I'll make sure you guys stay informed on when we go live with them, so that way you guys can get access and potentially win yourself some free credits and some free software. But if that sounds like something cool to y'all, let me know. Tell me in the chat or hit the thumbs up button. Either way, somebody let me know what y'all think. I know this. I'm stupid excited about it. Partial audits? No, see, that's the thing, Jarrell. I don't go... So in the beginning, I was using audits because I needed to strum up some business quickly. And then I realized it was taking a lot of time, which I'm sure you've noticed. So what I started doing was the initial outreach first. Sending a message along the lines of, hey, my name is... Not even, hey, my name is Jordan. More like, hey, sorry for this awkward, nice to connect style message. I know this is supposed to be the nice to meet you style message, but just wanted to let you know that I'm here. I'm also working in your industry, and I would love to talk to you about how we could potentially partner together on some projects. Super vague, but also interesting at the same time to the business owner. Then from there, we go into talking a little bit more about their business, their goals. We try to make sure that we try to find out if they're hitting their goals or not. And then we talk a little bit more about how we could potentially work together. And then we'll say something along the lines of, if you'd like, and this is really only if they're super standoffish, we use the audit to say, and if you like, I know you're kind of skeptical about it, but what I'd love to do for you is I'll put together a free audit for you that will show you where you can make some changes in your online marketing strategy that will instantly increase your sales from your online marketing efforts. So again, we're not doing it for everybody. We're using it as a tool for people who are more standoffish. And it actually helps you save a lot of time. Do I need a separate one for this business? I was told they can all live under the same LLC. What are your thoughts? Andre, so here's my thing is I like to keep my companies separate. You can use that LLC as a parent company, but that's really just for keeping your risk segmented, so that way your two companies don't. Here's the issue, right? If you have both companies under the same LLC and one company gets in trouble, that means both companies get in trouble. So you could potentially lose both of your companies. That's why it's better to separate them, because if one gets in trouble, this one over here is a completely separate entity. You can't do anything to this company. So I would definitely go down the multiple LLC route. Just signed up with Go High Level today. I feel like it's Christmas, and you have no idea, Chris. Like, wait till you really dive into it. It's amazing. Go High Level does do Google My Business review management as well. I believe they started offering white label services. They have a ton of white label services, so you'd have to look yourself, but it's definitely something you're going to want to do. Hang on one second, because I want to give you guys access to it at a really good price too. So I'm going to put if you guys are wondering what we're talking about, here's the link to that app, to that platform. You guys should check it out though. If you're running an agency, you need Go High Level in your life. I'm telling you, it's amazing. What are your thoughts on client outreaching methods? I know it's a numbers game, but just asking your opinion. My opinion on outreach, like client outreach methods, that it's required, it's necessary, because if you don't, you won't get any clients. That's my opinion. I mean, if you're asking me what methods to use, I already went over that. Automated LinkedIn, Facebook, cold email, cold calling, networking, with networking being my favorite. Really, I would say networking and automated outreach on LinkedIn and Facebook are tied, because I like them both equally. One requires hardly any effort. The other one requires a lot more effort, but yields a better result in a lot of instances. The VA in the groups is a good idea. 100%. You can get someone for $4 an hour from the Philippines to do that job for you. The biggest thing is creating your SOPs for that VA to follow. Remember, don't just say, hey, go in this group and talk about this. Give them exact step-by-step instructions, and it'll make it really easy for them. The cool thing, okay, so let me give you guys another huge tip. Sorry, adjust my shorts here. They were starting to ride up a little bit. Oops. Y'all probably don't care to know that. I don't really care though. That's just why I think some of y'all like me, is because I'm such a fool on camera sometimes. But listen, so for Go High Level, the good thing about it is you can actually use this as an upsell, not an upsell, but like an added benefit tool with your clients. So one thing that we've started to do is when we go into somebody, we tell them, hey, and if you don't have a CRM, we can put you on our CRM and we can actually build out automated sequences for you. Now, we're not going to build out those automated sequences for free, but if you want to go in there and build out some automated outreach for your sales reps, you have access to a CRM now where you can do that. Or you can hire us to do it, which we're very good at, and it's a one-time cost for us to build it out, plus a monthly management fee, which is very, very low. You can charge $100, $200 a month, and it's an easy no-brainer for these clients because, number one, they get access to it for free, right? You sell it as a free tool, but if you want to really do it the right way, then you can pay us to do it. How I understand it is for cold traffic, when your client does not have any data for you to go off of, you create saved audiences in Facebook for cold traffic, and then once you gather the information and the website starts to get some traction, you then use the pixels to build the middle and end of the funnel. If that's right. I miss Zoom, LOL. I could ask a question for that. Kashif, I get what you're saying. So basically, yes, if a client has nothing, if they've never used the pixel before, the first thing you need to do is get the pixel installed like the very first day you get access to their account. Then what you do is you start to let that pixel get some traffic to it, right? It's going to start collecting data. On Facebook, if you're running ads, you'll create saved audiences, which are based off of interest targeting, right? And then all you'll do is from there, you'll run the ads. People who have engaged or who have visited the site, you're going to build lookalike audiences off of those and replace your interest-based targeting at the top of funnel with your lookalike audiences, so LAAs. And then that's how you get better targeting at your top of funnel. But yes, that's exactly right. And then what you'll do from there is you can, again, take those custom audiences of people who have visited web pages or specific products or services, and those are the people you're going to target in your middle and bottom of funnel. But yeah, that's exactly right. Runaway train, yes, using QR codes to get a digital menu. But here's the thing, there's not really any money in it. Back when I was in college, people didn't know what a QR code was because it was so new, and smartphones were still kind of new. Not really new, but they were still kind of fresh to people, especially the older generation. Dude, we were selling QR codes then. Now people are smart enough to figure out how to actually find and create their own QR code. So there isn't really any money in it. So I wouldn't say, chase that as a potential revenue source. How would you go about setting up a Facebook pixel on a client site? You just install it. It gives you instructions. Like literally, if you go to the pixel, like if you go on Facebook and go to add data sources and then you add a pixel, it'll literally give you step-by-step instructions on how to add it to a website. Especially if someone else developed their site. If they have someone else who manages their site, that's what you have to ask the business owner. So for example, we just got a barber shop this week who has 3 locations, but they have a website manager. So I asked him, I said, hey, can you introduce me to your web manager because I need to communicate with them and send them some code so they can put the pixel on their site. That's how that usually goes. Or you can talk to the client and say, hey, can you have your web developer add me as an admin to the site and you can go in and add it yourself. Miraz Khan, I already answered that question, bud. Zoom link or nah, I'm not doing it. I'm going to give it like 1 or 2 more weeks on the Zoom link since that one guy who clearly had an issue with me going live and him sucking at life was so persistent for like a month. But I'm going to give it another 2 weeks and then we'll come back where you guys can hop on the live call. I had to, there's so many haters out there because people get pissed because they spend money and then they're lazy as hell. So then their agency sucks and then they try to blame me for it when really it's their fault. But Hey, can you say happy birthday Eva. She's my friend, and it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Eva. What's today? What is today? June 18th. That's a good birthday, right? Little summer baby. Anyways, happy birthday, Eva. I hope it's a good one for you. How much would a good amount to run an efficient campaign to actually be effective on a company doing 5 million to 10 million a year? That's a hard question to answer because every business is different. Your products you're selling, your profit margins, your revenue per your average customer value, all of that goes into how much you should be spending. So that's hard for me to say. Usually, a good marketing budget is anywhere from 5 to 10%. It's actually supposed to be a little bit more than that, but most companies don't end up spending what they should. So if you can get 5 to 10% of that, so if they're making 5 million, your goal is to get about 500K in total marketing budget, but then that has to be broken down into SEO, website, social, PPC, email, if that's part of it, messaging, SMS. So you have to kind of play with it there. What I would say is ad budget for most companies is going to be more than the SEO budget, the email budget, the web development budget. Like you'll spend more on ads than you would on the other categories. So I would say probably if your budget is 500K for the total year, then probably 200,000 of that should be spent on ads. Had my first meeting a while ago and your channel has been hella helpful. Next meeting I'm going to quote, I'm going to base it roughly on my hours worked to get the job done. Thoughts on how much per hour? Kai, so I'll put it to you like this. My agency's rate per hour is anywhere from 150 to 250 per hour depending on the service, right? So we have it kind of broken down. Some services are cheaper to provide than others, right? So for example, like social media page management, super cheap for us to be able to do that. It really requires no effort. So usually for like social media page management, we'll charge like 150, 175 an hour. And so if you're new, what I would say is start in the range of around 100 to 200 an hour. Get some experience, and then you can increase your rate. Who's blowing me up right now? Oh, it's Andre trying to get in the mentorship group because he just joined. He must be watching the course already and getting the information on how to join the program. Not a problem. Blow my notifications up all day. I love it when you guys join the program because for obvious reasons. But number two, I like seeing new members in the group. It's always fun to get new members in there because they're always super excited. It adds to the energy. Always love that. Are they better than dash clicks? I don't use dash clicks. I've never used dash clicks because I seriously, personally do not prefer white labeling services out in that manner, where you basically just pay a company and they do all of the work. All you do is maintain the relationship between you and the client. I don't prefer to run like that. So again, I've never used dash clicks. I haven't used Go High Level's white labeling service. I haven't used Vendasta's white labeling service because I don't believe in white labeling. Some companies do it okay, but for the most part, white labeling in that manner tends to end up in a bad result. So I personally wouldn't do it, and I can't speak to it. Andre, not a problem on the LLC question. With the LinkedIn automation, I'm not getting many responses. I follow everything Rob Quinn teaches in his course. So here's the thing. You're not going to. If you're doing it like with Lead Connect, excuse me, you get 100 new connections per day. Out of that, you're probably going to get 10 people to connect and 3 to 4 people to actually respond in a day. And that's good numbers, all right? So you shouldn't expect it to be this like, I'm getting 1,000 responses in a matter of 2 weeks, because that's just not what it is. So if you're getting those numbers that I just spoke to you right there, you're on the right track. And you can get better at that by creating better messaging and copy and better targeting. How would you network now since COVID started? I signed up for a few sites like Meetup, but since COVID, that slowed down. I would love to use networking since I'm a people person, but with that, how does that work? I love how that last message come in. That work. Anyways, so I've had my employee Ian, he's been doing a lot of the sales outreach, but he's joined like 6 networking groups in the matter of a month and a half, 2 months. So really, it just comes down to doing a lot of research. You have to go on like Google and type in local networking events. Your local chamber of commerce is going to have a bunch of stuff, and that's the thing. You will have to pay membership fees for pretty much all of these networking events. But I would start with your local chamber of commerce, and then once you meet people, ask them about other networking events they're going to, because that's all Ian did. He started talking to people. They offered him the opportunity to come to other events, and now he's going to, he's probably got 5 to 6 networking events he goes to every single week. I watched a video where a guy was selling the Go High Level white label as access to the CRM for $10K a month. Chris Deco. I don't know what the hell that guy was doing, but he probably ain't doing too well. It takes 5 minutes or less to add a pixel to almost any site. Yeah, it really doesn't take long unless they have like an inventory of 1,000 to 2,000 products. Then it can be time consuming, but like 90% of businesses don't have that large of an inventory, so it doesn't take that long. What up, Nate? Nice, you can give me some tips. Yeah, Kashif, definitely. I wouldn't be opposed to doing that at all. But yeah, I'm super excited to be working with this barbershop. And really, the guy who is working with me, he's super, super chill about everything. He's also like my age, so that makes it even easier. And his dad was the one who started it, but he's the one who runs it now and does all of the marketing and outreach and sales, things like that. But yeah, we're super excited to work with him, and we have a bunch of really cool campaigns we're going to be talking about next week. So I'll make sure to fill you in when we get stuff rolling. Is there a preferred way to getting emails for your niche? I have tried D7 Lead Finder, but that is more company emails, not the CEO owners. Here, Mehraz Khan and Nick Tucker. This will answer your question in one. Look up Find That Lead. And actually, I can send you my promo code, and I believe you get a discount. Let me see if I can look it up really quick. Oops, it's going to be on my other. Hang on one sec. Because I can get you, I'm pretty sure you get a discount. I gotta log into PassCamp. Because trust me, guys, you guys want Find That Lead. We went over it like a week or two ago in my mentorship group. Dude, this tool, it tells you their position, it gives you their email, it gives you their full name. Like, just trust me, you're gonna want it. God dog it. What is... Okay, cool. Let's see if I can remember the password. This is why I have PassCamp, and I can't even get the password. I got it. Yes, okay. I had to try like 5 different passwords. And now it's actually going to save in PassCamp. Cool. Okay, let me find... Because seriously, I'm pretty sure you get like a 10% discount. Yeah. So you guys get a 10% discount if you use this tool, but Find That Lead, or if you use this link. Let me copy it for you. I'm going to put it in the chat. But guys, I'm telling you right now, use this tool. Like, seriously, you will thank me later when you figure out how many, like, there's the link right there. Number 1, you get a 10% discount on the tool. But number 2, I'm telling you guys, do not sleep on this tool. If you need to find first and last names, emails, the industry that they're in, their job title, this tool does all of that for you. We'll let you export a list, and then you can start reaching out to these people on LinkedIn. You can upload that list to LinkedIn, use Lead Connect to do the automated outreach, or you can create a cold email list, use something like Lemlist to do cold email outreach. Do not do this from your personal email. You will mess up your domain. Listen to me, guys. I'm serious about this, okay? This is not a joke. Do not do cold email outreach in bulk from your business domain or your personal Gmail account. You will get shut down. Use something like Lemlist, Lemlist, for cold email outreach if you're going to do that. even though Find That Lead gives you the ability to use a personal Gmail account, apparently they're getting shut down really, really quick. I even saw someone earlier today saying something about their email account getting shut down from doing cold email outreach. But I'm telling you, check out that link right there because it is going to be super helpful for you. I promise you, you will love it. Where are we at? Regarding restaurant digital menus, many of them suck, such as no pics of the food, tiny print, no convenient ordering with buy buttons for curbside pickup, etc. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. If you can optimize their order page or their menu to actually have an order button right on the menu, then sure, you could do stuff like that. I guess I was simply saying that if you're trying to provide the menu creating service as far as creating a QR code and taking their existing menu and just putting it on a QR code, nobody's going to pay for that. But if you can do what you just mentioned, that could be valuable to people. Excuse me, I hope y'all didn't hear that. Just to clarify, Go High Level is perfect for starting out. Oh, hell yeah, dude. They are the cheapest CRM that I've found that is super effective. You can get their base package for your agency starting out. You can always upgrade later to the white labeling service, which is only like $297 a month. Super cheap. Trust me, you will never find and it gets rid of ClickFunnels, it gets rid of Calendly, it gets rid of ActiveCampaign, it gets rid of your other CRM that you're trying to use. All of those 4 things right there, which would cost you about $1,000 to $1,500 for $297 a month. And you get unlimited contacts, you get unlimited clients that you can add to it. Like, it's amazing. Here, I'll give you my link for Go High Level too. One more time. Here's the link for Go High Level if you guys want it. I believe that gets you a discount as well. Those 2 tools though, guys, those 2 tools right there will help you start getting clients, saving a ton of money, and creating a lot of good marketing resources that you can use not only for your agency, but for your clients as well. And yes, those are affiliate links. I am getting paid off of those, but I'm the one who, never mind. I don't have to explain why I'm doing affiliate marketing. You guys get it. You're marketers. But if you don't want me to get the money, then just go type it in yourself. I don't care. It's fine. I'm just, if you guys want to help me out, cool. If not, also cool. Not gonna cry about it. I might cry a little, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm kidding. Or am I? No, I'm kidding. Let me see. Runaway Train's telling you Arkham, yes, don't ever think it, just do it. So I can take lunch at the time of the mentorship program. LOL, I should get an answer tomorrow. So we actually talked about doing a second time. Me and my team, we internally finally talked about doing a second time. We're going to try and launch the second time sometime next month. Okay, so we're going to do one on Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. We don't know what day yet, but we're going to try and do another one around 6:30 p.m. EST. So it's a little bit later in the day, so that way people can, either be off of work or it's later in the day where they don't have to worry about it. So we're going to add a second time because we are growing. That mentorship group is growing super quickly, and it's going to make it easier because that allows us to be able to split up the groups and keep it as a small group setting because that's what we really want. Miraz, you shouldn't need a promo code for that, just so you know. Let me check, but I don't think you need a promo code. Like, that is if you use that link, that is the code. You don't actually have to do anything else. It's going to take 10% off right there. Loading speed is one of the things I've yet to learn in depth. Well, here's the thing. Whether it's ClickFunnels or WordPress, a landing page is one page. Usually, maybe 2 to 3 at the most if you're doing like a webinar series or something like that on a landing page builder. But a landing page is typically just one page with some information on it and an email, phone number, name capture. That's it. So typically, if you're not adding a ton of video and photo to it, they already load pretty fast. And that's the same thing with Go High Level. As long as you don't add like super large photos with large file sizes that aren't compressed or super large videos that haven't been compressed, it's still going to be super fast. And as long as you don't go crazy on the CSS, the design of the actual page, just keep it simple, keep it basic but clean and modern, and trust me, you will get the exact results you're looking for there. Great advice, $100 to $200 per hour starting out. That job entails creating high production level content and managing the promotion of it. It seems like a lot to charge. Is that for me to buy tools? That's not a lot for you to charge, but most people over project how many hours it should take on a project and how much the cost is going to be. So if you're doing a job and it requires a lot of different things going on, you need to hire VAs that are going to be affordable. You're not making $100 to $200 an hour. You're probably making off of that, as far as profit margin, maybe 50 to 75 on the high end per hour. That's the high end, okay? Like, especially if you're charging $100 an hour, you're not making $50 to $75. You're probably going to make $30 in profit, because it's usually about 30 to 40% profit margin on the higher end of things. So it's not too much. And yes, that money, that's where that money goes towards. It goes towards your VAs that you're hiring. It goes towards tools. It goes towards utilities. If you have an office space, or rent, whatever, it goes towards all of your expenses. That's what you have to think about. Anytime you're pricing out a job, you don't just say, okay, well, how much is it going to cost me to do this, right? You have to think about all of your expenses that you take on with your business, and you don't have to figure out a formula that includes every single expense and every single job that you put out, because the more money you make, the less that your fixed costs affect your revenue at the base level, right? The more money you make, your fixed costs should go up a little bit, but it doesn't go up at the same rate that your revenue should be going up. I make AR lens. How can bring it to clients or LJ Live? I'm sorry, but I have no clue what you're talking about. Could you please be a little more specific for me? Do you pass any of the cost of the VAs or programs onto your clients? So, Kashif, that's what I was just explaining. That should be incorporated in your cost to the client. Right? That should all be, when you basically think of it like this. Say a client comes to you and says they want, let's just say, a blog created, right? You have to think about who's going to be involved with the blog. You have the strategy, the person who's coming up with the strategy for the blog. You have SEO, you have your copywriter, you have a designer, maybe a graphic designer for images. Most people don't do video, but if you have video, then you'll have to consider that. But then you say, okay, for one blog, that's going to be 1,500 words. How much will it cost me to employ all 4 of those people to do that job? You figure that out. You figure out about how much time each one of them is going to take to do their job, and then you actually incorporate that into the cost, or you consider that cost when you try to come up with the amount that you're going to charge. It's called cost plus pricing. All right. If you guys are not familiar, if you want to learn more on how to come up with these figures, go to Google and type in cost plus pricing. And actually, Kashif, I'm pretty sure that I put a lesson inside DMS 2.0 about cost plus pricing and how to go about it. But I would still look into cost plus pricing. LJ, I'm not trying to be mean at all, but putting Facebook AR filters, I seriously have, I can make AR lens. How can I bring it to clients or other SMMA? I need more information, man. I know what you're talking about as far as augmented reality filters, but what do you mean bring it to clients or SMMAs? Like, you have a service that builds out these filters for people, and you're trying to get this sold to clients and clients or SMMAs that are going to use it, or I just need to know a little bit more information there. Just a tip that I'm sure Jordan already knows. Businesses still have money to spend despite what the news tries to tell you, so go get some clients now. Runaway Train is completely right. The government gave out what's called a PPP. PPP, not PPE. PPP plan, which is called or at least this is in the US, it's called the Payment Protection Program, which means, for example, I have 2 employees that I have to pay salaries for every single month. The government gave my company $22,000 for free that as long as I spend 75% of it within 8 weeks, I don't have to pay it back. So we literally got given 22 grand from the government. Now, granted, that money does have to go to payroll, but the good thing is we actually made money, if you will, because of the fact that I didn't have to pay payroll out of my company funds. That money was already given to us. So that means I could take that budget that I would have had to spend there and put it into marketing campaigns. Businesses still have money. And trust me, everybody pinched pennies once all of this started happening because they didn't want to go out of business. By the way, guys, we've got a lot of people on here, and I just want to make sure I get all the benefit I can out of running these live videos. So if I've helped you at all tonight, if I've given you a resource or a tool or information that has been helpful for you, please just do me a quick favor. Hit that thumbs up button. Again, it helps the performance of the video and helps other marketing agency owners just like you get access to our content. Also, if you're just hopping in, I'm going to announce it one more time just because I'm super excited. AppSumo, if you're not familiar with them, go look it up. AppSumo, S-U-M-O, invited me onto their podcast called Remote Working or Remote Work, something like that. Anyways, I get to go on their podcast and do a major interview with their company where they have an audience of about 700,000 viewers per month. So I'm super excited about this. And honestly, dude, I just can't wait to go do that interview. It's going to be a lot of fun. And they're going to be doing giveaways. They're going to be doing several $100s worth of giveaways on that live event. So I'm super excited. Don't worry. I'm going to keep you guys in the loop on when that's going to happen. If you were to start I love this question, Eddie. Nice question. If you were to start a lemonade stand in today's climate, how would you market it? Very, very good question here. And what I would have to say is this. First off, I would start with more of a guerrilla marketing approach, because here's the thing. Unless somebody's investing in my lemonade stand, which nobody's investing in a lemonade stand these days, or probably ever, that means that I probably don't have a lot of money to spend. So I'm going to go the guerrilla marketing, grassroots marketing approach, and I'm going to start with friends and family and using my social platforms that I have. Once I start bringing in a little revenue, then I would use social media to market the company, and I would actually try to do I would create systems that would allow for user-generated content. And if you don't know what a UGC is or what UGC is, what that means is having your customers create content for you. All right, so one of the big things when I went into this barbershop and I told him, I was like, look, you guys are already doing a great job at taking your own content, but what you need to do is offer every customer who comes in for a haircut $5 off their next cut if they share a review and tag your barbershop on social media, on Instagram or Facebook or whatever. He was like, oh, that's a really good idea. I was like, yeah, because now you're getting customers sharing to their friends and family about their experience with you and the fact that they're basically telling people, hey, this business exists, right? It's free marketing. It's not really free because you're giving a $5 discount, but a quick discount to get all of that person's audience to see what you did. And they have to post a picture, right? So like post a picture of their haircut and their beard trim or whatever and tag the company. Boom, UGC. So that's what I would do. If I had people coming up to my lemonade stand, I'd be like, hey, I'll give you a free cup of lemonade right now, but I want you to post it on social media saying it's the best lemonade you've ever had or how much you love our lemonade. And then tag us in it and post a picture of yourself drinking the lemonade. That's how I would start out. A lot of new companies do really well if they can get a lot of UGC going very, very quickly. And it increases your chances of showing up on news feeds because you have a bunch of people talking about your business. And when Facebook or YouTube or Google or whoever recognizes a bunch of people in a local market talking about a business, they're going to be that much more likely to show your business when you start posting. Chris Deco, there's actually like, what is it? God. Literally go to Google and type in virtual assistant Philippines. There's literally like 3 or 4 different like platforms like Upwork that are based in the Philippines, and that's all it is. It's Filipino workers. Just go to Google and type that in. You'll find something, I promise you. All right, guys. I think we're coming up on time. Yeah, and I really, like, I shouldn't have done this, but I got, like, a Dunkin' Donuts coffee because I was getting a little tired, and I got a freaking, like, I got a Starbucks. Like, I got caffeinated before this. That's why I'm, like, super amped. But I got, like, a double shot of espresso. I got a mocha coffee over here, but I really got to use the bathroom. Like, I'm sitting here jumpy because I got to go. So I'm going to get off here for now. I'm sorry to cut off, so it's not even so soon. It's like 5 minutes early, but I started about 5 minutes early, so we did a full hour. But I'm going to get out of here for now because I really got to pee. I'm sure you guys don't really care to know that, but I'm like sweating over here. I got to pee. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I'm super excited that you guys are hopping onto these live calls. I'm really excited that you guys are enjoying these so much, and I'm sorry if I didn't get to any of your questions. But what I would say is, if you want me to answer your question, just keep coming back every single time, because we do this every single Thursday, and it's always this great. I'm really, really sorry again if I didn't get to answer your questions. I promise you, if you guys hop on next week, I will make sure that I answer everybody's questions and that everybody's happy before we get out of here. But I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great week. Again, if you're new or if you're watching the replay, make sure that you join us next week on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do this every single Thursday, and you don't want to miss out because we always, number one, have a lot of fun, but number two, you learn a lot about digital marketing, and you get to ask questions from an agency owner that's doing it right now and doing it pretty well. So I want you guys to come back. Promise me you'll come back next week. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button if I provided any value whatsoever. Also, make sure to go train the lizard, bro. Make sure to check out those links that I put in the chat. I promise you guys, Go High Level. Here, I'm going to put them in there one more time. Here's Go High Level. And that is the CRM that we're talking about that saves you so much money. And then if you really want to get good at finding clients' email addresses, getting their contact information so you can reach the decision maker, that last link that I posted is Find That Lead. I promise you, you guys are not going to regret it. Those will be your two favorite tools that you've ever picked up from me ever. All right. But I'm going to get out of here for now, guys. Again, I hope you all enjoyed it and have a great week. But until next time, Serial Entrepreneur out. Bye, guys.